And we are live. Let's go. And now we gotta like
It's
post
good
it
to be
all
alive.
over. That's right. We gotta post all over the stuff and like, maybe I should have like grabbed the link first. Hey man, what's up, man?
It'll
Yeah.
pop up eventually in stream links.
Am
Who?
am I am I
I've
to
got it right now.
okay?
Oh, you
Just
got it
tell
already, dude. That's nuts.
Yeah, I got it.
tell me
It's all
when
right.
I'm
It pops up automatically.
That's crazy. It took forever last time, so I was like, damn, like that's nuts. Hey, man, what's
And then
up? I
I
can
I don't
also
know how
like
it's already
listen
up.
to myself. That's pretty sweet, dude.
It should pop up in Game of the Week chat too.
Should we like
Doesn't really need to pop
should
up
we
there.
ping everybody or like
I already did.
oh, okay, sweet. All right, man.
am I good to start these games?
You are good to start this game. So
Goodbye.
Just make sure there's no commentary. Goodbye,
that's
man.
right. So Raging, Patriots versus Steelers. Certainly not a matchup that many thought we'd see. I'm sure many thought that Sniper and his Jaguars would be here. Who do you have winning
Yeah,
tonight?
you know what? My heart tells me Nick is gonna keep this Cinderella run going.
Uh-huh.
But I know that Doc is a formidable opponent who is the AFC champion just last year, a recent Super Bowl winner. We've never seen Nick do it, but the
Mm-hmm.
whole chat was ablaze with conversation, and we saw that everybody, was pretty much proclaiming Nick their favorite of the remaining of us four. So certainly
Yeah,
we're playing next,
that's
and
right.
Nick is the one that people would most love to see because he's never won one here before, and maybe dare to dream, whatever. But
Uh-huh.
hey, he does get the one leg up. I love to be able to kick. In our game, I'm going to like it if I can kick first.
That's
And
right.
Nick did get to do that.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is that like with Doc's playoff run this year, it hasn't just been domination. We watched this guy
Hmm.
throw 9 interceptions. He's won by 1 point in both these games. Nick is a
True.
guy who likes to
True.
control the clock, much like another team that's made it far in the playoffs this year. I think favor in this game has to go to Nicholas. So,
I love that.
um, so certainly with
I
him
love
kicking
that.
off, everything is there. And to start the game off with a huge penalty, I mean, man, chalk it up now,
Yeah.
boys. The Steelers are
I
headed to the big game.
I believe I did that in the Super Bowl against Doc last year. My very first play was a penalty. So Doc's. I mean, maybe that bodes well. I guess 'cause I won that one, but not the way you typically want to start.
Yeah, definitely not. Looks like he's going to utilize that though to turn his post a little bit deeper. We'll see what he can do. Back to throw. He's going to go underneath. That's Glover, and Glover making a
Oh,
million dudes miss. Oh my
wow.
goodness!
My
What
goodness,
the?
what an opening play for Doc. Doc came to play, and the
The juke
jukebox is on
spin.
display.
My goodness,
My
guy was
goodness.
just going absolutely
Yep.
sicko mode back there, and he's going to gain about 29, 30 yards.
Hey,
Second,
I mean, the Super Bowl winners coming out of this game. I mean, the Super Bowl birth of the AFC is coming out of this game.
you're
So
spoiling the
hopefully
script,
we see some
bro.
exciting football.
Back to throw now. Will
I know.
Levis over the middle. Wow, Bro threw it
Oh, could
right
have
at.
been picked
Yeah, that
really tight.
definitely could have been picked. That's a DB too that he just threw at, and the guy's just like, you know what, man, we're just gonna watch the ball, and that's where like having bad players is a big thing. I'm pretty sure a player who's not
Sure.
an idiot is definitely going to intercept that pass. So, getting away with one there. I mean, my goodness,
Hey,
you couldn't throw a more
Doc,
covered
when he's
ball.
confident, Doc, when he's confident, is really dangerous, and it only takes some things going right. And when you start to see Doc maybe crumble, he's made a bad throw. He thinks it's unfair. Maybe he thinks it's undeserved, and you start to maybe see those plays stack up, like we saw in that first matchup in the wild card. 9 interceptions, but
That's
hopefully
right.
less interceptions today for his sake.
Outside of that, he's looked solid on this drive, and now he's knocking on the door. So we'll see what he
Yeah,
can draw up to get in this end zone here.
he's abusing the middle of the defense. That's for sure. Something he's fond of doing if possible, but it looks like he's going all in on the pass here. And will Nick adjust? Will he be able to maybe he's adjusting to a run? No,
Not really a fan of the call. We'll see what happens. Up the middle, Will
he's gonna run
Levis.
in with his quarterback. He gets in.
He
He
does
does
get
get in.
in,
It
and
could have
that
been a
is a
fumble.
Patriots touchdown. It certainly could have been. It was a little scary there, but
What a hit. Yeah, hit right at inches, and Madden loves inches this year. Madden will facilitate inches, turnovers
Uh-huh.
on inches, tackles on inches, and but that one he plows through and kind of somersaults his way into the end zone. And 7-0, that's the way Doc wanted to start this game. Now, Nick, a newcomer to the AFC Championship in the MKL, has to answer.
That's right. A guy who likes to control the clock, being down, you probably would have liked to hold him to 3 there, and that score was very quick.
Ooh,
So if Doc keeps up that
man.
momentum, then certainly it might be difficult for him to stick with his game plan. But we'll just have to see what he busts out for us.
Yeah, I mean, Nick really impressed me his last game. He got to play 2 division opponents, but he has a pretty tough division. Even Ante, a lot of people were like, hey, this guy is dangerous when he comes playoff time. And he didn't make playoffs out of the 3 that did. And he's a pretty formidable opponent. So he comes from a tough division. He won the division this year. He had first seed up until a late collapse, but then he tightened up playing his division in the playoffs so far. This is his first out of division playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was pretty distraught about losing the division, but you know what? Ultimately, it doesn't matter much. He's here in one of the biggest games of his career, and we're going to see what
Really
he can
nice
do
pass.
with it. That's right. He
Yeah.
went underneath
Found
there.
the
I think
open
that was a
man.
zig. That's right. Doc kind of getting exotic here defensively, just changing a lot of things, maybe trying to throw off, show him something he hasn't seen before. This time he's going to go underneath again, and Pacheco makes a nice little snag there.
I'm not sure this has ever happened, Steady. I'm not sure 2 people destined to play in the other championship game have ever called the championship game from the
I
opposing
have
side
doubts
before.
that has ever happened. Like that
Yeah, it's kind of
definitely.
odd. Like, we're watching our next opponent if we manage to beat each other. So
Yeah, somebody's like getting
it's
some
interesting
film
to
in
consider.
here.
That's right.
Ooh. So
Ooh,
underneath to
a
Pacheco.
diving miss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's tried
finds the
to
open
lay
man.
out and make a play there. That is the right throw. And Isaiah Pacheco,
You
a
know,
guy that Stinky regrets moving on from. Certainly one of the best players in Nick's offense. Wouldn't you agree?
oh, 100%. He's strong. He's quick. He's shifty. He has really good vision. You'll see Pacheco break off long runs for Nick, and it really is the motor of his offense. But don't discount Pickett. Like, he makes throws on the fly. He generally makes pretty good decisions this year. Him and Desmond Ritter had very low interception and very similar touchdown amounts this year.
Mm-hmm.
Really, just clean football. So you don't expect Nick to turn it over a lot, but it is Doc's defense, so it's possible.
That's right. First down and 10 here. Looks like we're going to hand it off to Pacheco again, and he's found a gap.
Really
Juke's
nice
back inside.
angle. Oh,
And,
another big juke. Cut into
that,
the end zone on the 7.
and
That
you
was
were
beautiful.
just talking about the vision of Pacheco and the playmaking ability, and right
I
there he makes some
love
nice jukes, finds the open
Really nice.
spaces, and just makes a great
The,
play
very
and puts
early
his
in the
team in
play,
scoring
he
position.
widened. Well, he widened the angle, and he made that whole thing
Uh-huh.
happen at the very beginning of the play.
Yeah, that was
Really
very
nice cut to get something there. Yeah, I mean, he gets 0, but he could have gotten -2 there.
Yeah, I mean, getting back to the line, I mean,
Looks
sometimes
like
that's all
Doc
you
had
can
his
ask for,
flats on 30 there at the goal line.
Yeah, that's not
Not
ideal.
ideal, maybe.
But you know what? He corrected the
Yeah.
mistake, and we're good to go. He's stuck on the
Sure.
line here, though. We could be looking at a touchdown. Goes underneath
I mean,
Isaiah Pacheco, and that's a touchdown.
I did not see that defender behind the corner tight end. I guess Nick maybe did, but I thought he was going to let that one rip. Throws it for a touchdown on the run. You love to see them playing really good football here early. I mean, maybe we're in for a really special game because we've called 2 really special games so
We
far
have.
this playoffs. The
They've
Browns
been amazing
and the
games.
Dolphins, and then Doc versus who did Doc play? The Raiders.
Yeah,
Really,
that
really
sounds
good.
about right.
Really
Crazy game. That was the 9 interception game.
2 point. Well, it's 2 points that won the game. 2-point conversions on both games won the game. So if we see that today, we're in for a treat. But as right
That
now,
would
it looks
be
really
insane.
exciting. I mean,
And you know,
who's the
one
first one that's going
thing,
to make a mistake?
yeah, that certainly tends to be who wins the game. I think you're a little more what's the word? Not emotional, but a little more expressive today. Maybe because Nick's in the game, huh? Yeah, you're screaming a lot. I mean, cheering certainly
Nick asked
for.
Nick asked me more questions than anybody in the league. He took on the mini Ragin tag for like a whole couple seasons here, like in his literal name on the Discord. But I mean, he's making me proud. I mean, he's near to winning the AFC right now, going to the Super Bowl, and he's. I mean, I gave him some advice, but this is all him. I'm
That's
just
right.
impressed because Nick, like yourself, sometimes gets down on himself and says, "Well, I've lost. This is over. I'm done for. I can never do the big thing." And then lo and behold, here he is making a good push.
Well, I'll tell
But
you
Will
what.
Levis is perfect.
If he ends up going to the Super Bowl and playing against you, I'm not sure who he's going to be asking all these questions to. He's gonna have to rely on himself largely. I figure it would be a little awkward. He's like, "What do you think I should do against you?" And it's like, well,
prevent defense whole game.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what happens in that case, but we'll see what the scriptwriters have in tow. As we're going to make it to the end of the first 7-7, your score. We'll see you after the break.
You've said this.
It's kind of my gimmick, you know.
Wait,
it's kind of my bit.
And we're back. Sorry, you might have heard us during the break. We had a hot mic incident there, but we are back.
Happen. We are back indeed. 7-7, your score here at the start of the second. Will Levis football here, 30 yards away from the end zone, from Patriot, and taking the lead. Certainly, you'd like to think you're all but guaranteed 3 here. You got a bit of a spread look after the motion.
Yeah.
Underneath to the
really
zig.
Nice line by Doc. The diving tackle does work there.
We've seen a lot of Doc games, and Wall seems to be a guy that he likes to target. Wall and Jalen Hyatt, I'd say, are the focuses for the Doc offense. He
wants these guys to dev really badly, and it seems like one or both of them will. So he's very excited about the possibility of winning this game and seeing his devs go up. I know you have devs on schedule if you win, and certainly even if you don't win, we'll all get devs. But certainly we're all looking forward to next week when possibly our teams get a lot better.
Yeah, and thanks to us, that'll be happening tonight. So, stay tuned to see who gets better where. He's going to go underneath here to Glover. I like that throw. Getting a little sticky with the jukes, fighting forward, almost getting even into the end zone. I mean, a little more fight, and maybe he could have scored on that. He's going to trip after the play. Oh, my goodness. Wow, he'll be unshacked and a fool. That's right. So, first down and goal here.
This is a tough spot. I know
this is a terrible spot. Inside run, Glover. Oh, beautiful.
He's going to get in.
Effortlessly walks into the end zone, and we're looking at a very offensive game right now. Kind of an effortless couple of drives here from both teams. This could very well be last team to touch the ball. Continue.
It could be, and we're looking at the halftime moment. You've said this before in streams where we've done it together already, that right now Nick needs to be looking at halftime and realize that he's getting that ball. So if he can orchestrate the clock right, he might be able to take the lead simply because he used the clock well.
That's right. Certainly putting yourself in advantageous positions is one thing that separates the legends from the good, and we'll see which one that Nick wants to be known as here on this drive. Certainly clockable. I'm not sure if that's on his mind right now. To be honest, I don't even know if it'd be on my mind. He does get stuck. If he did not get stuck
on the tackle, he might have been gone around the edge there. So I mean, sometimes those tackles stick their rears out a little bit too far and kill a big play.
Certainly potential for a big play there, but on this occasion, it's going to be a nice little run stoppage for Doc. Going up the middle with Kenny Pickett. Nice. He's got room to run. Oh, he slides in time. Very disciplined. He got down in time. That was good. I was scared. I'm not going to lie. I was holding my breath a little bit.
First down, you got to be thinking of the possible fumble maybe at that point.
That's right. He gets away there, able to go down. Fumble.
I know, really not. Oh, he gets a knockout. So
looks like he lit up on that.
Both quarterbacks are playing well, and certainly Doc is familiar, with his opponents. Doc is somebody who's going to know what's coming. He's going to try to game plan for it, maybe adjust things. But hey, Pickens does get open there.
You were talking about Pickens earlier. He's not really a guy I had pegged down as a big, X factor player for this game. Not a guy I expected to have a big hand in it, but making a catch right there for a solid chunk of yards. Maybe that's a name that I should learn to respect. Ooh.
Well, it's Pickett is what I was actually. The quarterback's Pickett.
Oh,
But I
you were
will
talking about
say-
Kenny Pickett. I
yeah.
see. No, so you agree
last
that George
game-
Pickens sucks terrible and he's terrible. Okay, I understand.
Well, I'll say this: in the clutch, Nick threw a bomb to George Pickens to go up 9
is that
against
right?
his opponent. Yeah, so
Ooh.
Pickens caught it a high ball on a deep DB, and it was the most exciting play of the game probably because I didn't see it coming. I didn't realize Pickens was going to do that. Let alone
Speaking of
Pickett.
things that we didn't see coming, we've got a 3rd down and long here in a game that's largely been dominated by the offense. This could be a defining play in the game right here. Back to throw
Most
now. He's going
definitely.
over the top. He's got Rashad
On a
Bateman.
one-handed catch. Rashad Bateman shows up big. What a play by Bateman.
The athleticism there. He cuts underneath, just makes a crazy snag with one hand, gets in front of his guy,
Really
doesn't
nice.
get the ball knocked out. That was nice. That was a huge play. We'll see if they can capitalize. Up the middle here,
Big
Isaiah Pacheco
lane.
biting.
Gets the first and goal. I
He
mean,
does. They're in the
this is
hurry
exactly what Nick wanted to do, but there is a lot of clock on a lot of time on the clock. Maybe it's too
Indeed.
much for him to consider trying to run it down, but I mean, he can. By rule, he can, I think.
You know, I'm a guy who likes to trust his defense, but certainly this is just a perfect situation for Doc, and there's not really a ton he could do to avoid it. He's going to fight forward into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco
Really
right up the middle.
beautiful.
Touchdown.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, both these defenses are looking pretty helpless right now, which means we're maybe in for a treat. People love shootouts, and Pickett and Will Levis. I mean, these two guys in real life, maybe the hype is not too high,
Certainly
but
not.
in Madden right now, these guys are
They're the
trying to
guys.
fight for the Super Bowl.
I mean, really,
That's right.
every
We got
quarterback
Miller on the
that's
other side.
in playoff contention for a Super Bowl. I mean, Desmond Ritter, a guy that's getting shipped out. I mean, Corey Jackson's not real. He's a guy that probably wouldn't have very much hype around him given the first few years of his career. This year, he's certainly stepped it up, but
he was a
yeah.
backup until you went and got him, which is a testament to you seeking
Corey
him
Jackson?
out, seeing undeveloped talent. That's right. He was a
Corey
backup.
Jackson was the starter in Arizona. You're thinking about Micah
No,
Cooper, who got wrecked.
No, he had Jalen Hurts.
I gave him
traded for
Jalen Hurts. And then I traded for the guy after, which is just
Yeah,
kind
you
of
traded for the guy after. That's why
I
I'm
did.
confused.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
true.
he was the
That's funny.
starter, and then I gave him his new starter, and then I'm like, you know what? Give me the guy that was the starter. We could have been a part of the same deal. It kind of wasted time. Back to throw now. Will Levis, little play action to the outside, the corner route and
It's gonna be
wall.
open. Oh, missed
He's simply
zone.
just not big enough to go and get that thing.
It was good accuracy out of bounds,
I
according
think
to
he
Madden.
freeformed it. I think that's what happened there.
I guess.
A little
Good
too
accuracy.
far. Certainly, he put it, where he wanted it. It's just where he wanted it was somewhere not the best. Wow, a very terrible call there. He's going to do an inside run there against a front that maybe isn't like a
Maybe
huge
it's
play.
Nick.
And now it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah,
Big
he's on
potential
the
for a
danger
stop
zone
here.
of-
We're going to hit we're not going to hit the 2-minute warning. Outside. Swatted.
Oh, wow.
It could have been a pick six.
Could have been a pick six. Yeah,
I
but
don't
he's
know
gonna
if he
have to punt.
freeformed it, but that tight end route is very amazing against man. One of the better routes in the game.
True.
Very quick, but
Right.
I don't think he had quite enough of a pass lead on it. Nonetheless, though, it is going to be a stop, and the Steelers have an opportunity to take the lead
Really?
and get the ball at the half.
Really
This is
do.
big.
That should have been a pick six. Those are those moments that make you sick, but Nick's got to compose himself, put that out of mind, and go and get some points right here if he can help it.
Well, you certainly got to be happy to have gotten the stop, but if you could have taken that stress off you, then that would have been amazing. Back to throw. Kenny Pickett lit up. Goes underneath to a zig. It's going to keep the clock
I don't
running.
know what he has.
I don't know what he has either. I'm going to have to take a look.
Maybe it'll help.
He's got bazooka.
Yeah, if you're
He's a
able
bit of a
to,
noodle arm.
Oh, cool.
So maybe that would help.
That helps.
Yeah. Goes underneath to another
Maybe
zig
it
route.
makes
This
it
time it gets
99.
knocked out. So 3rd down and
Bazooka
6
makes
here.
it 99 throw power.
No, it just makes you throw it further. So, I mean, someone said
Like
in the
he'll
chat
go
said that you
90
sound like
to
you're off a
95.
Molly right now. You take the Molly ration? Is that what you're all about? No, I figured not. Back to throw a 3rd down in the game. Underneath a diving swat. And the Patriots are
Their
going to get the
stop, yeah.
stop. My goodness. And, you know, if you're Nick, this isn't the worst thing in the world because that's the joy of getting the ball at half, you know.
True.
But you certainly would have
But it
liked
also,
to capitalize off
yeah,
that. And instead, you
yeah,
just go 3-and-out and punt the ball right back.
those are moments I count. I count in my head of like, did you swat it? Did you catch the interception? When you get those throws that you just kind of need to catch often to make a big play. We'll see maybe if he can make a big defensive play or if Doc's gonna secure some points here before the half.
Back to throw now out of the Trips tight end. Will Levis going over the middle. He's got Ben Bradley, who's going to get face masked. And this is a sign. I don't know why he has his tackling or his strip ball on it. He's all that unaggressive, that means. He certainly is not setting himself up for success. I don't know why he'd do that. I guess he is desperate for a stop.
Yeah,
But my goodness.
Unless the next play is like a stripped ball, then maybe we'd be, like, okay, that worked. Big,
Yeah.
could have been a big sack.
Me personally, unless it's like, oh, we got to get a strip here, like I'm not ever one to do that. I know that Sniper has got his, his little thing. He likes to put his blockers on aggressive, but the negative certainly I feel
Holding call
is not worth it. Yeah, I'm not interested in getting bodied. Back to throw now. Will Levis going to a streak, and it's just a terrible ball picked off by Flott
again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was seeing there. I was looking underneath. Yeah, he might be a former Falcon.
Yeah, he was. I told him that this would be a guy worth sticking back there. Makes a big play in a big spot. So proud
I feel
of that.
like he had
But
dudes, and
here's the
he just
thing.
got too aggressive right there. And now Nick has another chance to capitalize. What's the thing? Do tell.
Well, when you're looking at this spot, Nick, in these short time frames, we saw against Stinky, one of the losses he took that caused him to miss the playoffs was 10 seconds left. Nick goes down and gets in field goal range. So, like, he can get down the field in a hurry. It's just, can he get that magic back? Can he do it against Doc?
You know, one thing that we've been seeing a lot on these drives that are supposed to be like, get down the field in a short amount of time. Oh my God, that is certainly not a mistake that you can have. He's going to let his quarterback take a hit and he gets away. He's so lucky. So he keeps dumping it down. He's scrambling for 3 yards. This is not going to get you where you need to be. It could, but like I want set. So I'm not a fan. But right here, it seems to be working out right now. Pacheco's going to fight forward about 10 yards, and that's going to be a timeout called by the Steelers. So 36 seconds. It's looking favorable now, but we got to see him play a little more intelligent. We cannot be taking that kind of risk in this big of a game. I think that's the inexperience showing.
Yeah. Most definitely. I mean, but, he has a chance to learn in-game, and he finds the angle route, gets to the 50, so he's really close to where he needs to be.
He is indeed. That second timeout comes off the board. Going to get burned. Here comes 2nd down and 3. 31 seconds remain. That's still a solid amount of time. I think he's got maybe like 2 plays left, depending on how deep it goes. We'll see what he does. Kenny Pickett makes a nice play right there to get rid of it and not put it,
Yeah, that could have been disastrous.
That certainly could have been. I mean, I have not seen a lineman interception in quite a while. It's certainly been a period of time, but if that would have happened there, I would have felt pretty terrible about it. Back to throw now. Pickett, he's got a little out route over there. I was looking at the cross, but certainly that was also open too, and he's going to burn that last timeout. So now he's in a little bit of an awkward spot. He has 21 seconds.
I don't love
no timeouts. I don't love this either. I'm definitely looking to spike it. Oh my God, he throws an out route. He's got his man.
He is going to get to the end zone.
My goodness.
Could he get a touchdown?
If he goes down like 2 yards from the end zone, he might run out of time here. That would be backbreaking.
Oh, he may not. I hope he knows.
I don't think he's aware. I'm not going to lie to you. Rolling out to his right. He's got nothing. Throws it away. He's got 11 seconds.
Good. Yeah, you got to take the lead here.
100%. We can't make a mistake here, and it's so easy for him to frick this up. And Doc knows it. He's got his guys back, just wanting to make a tackle. Back to throw. He's
Yeah,
going.
really, like,
Okay, he threw it away.
Okay,
I think he
throw it
knows.
away.
He
It has to be a
knows.
field goal here.
You know, I'd like to
There you
see
go.
him. I'd like to see him maybe spike it. You know, and then kick the field goal just to maybe take a little more.
How about spike it 3 times?
Yeah, that's right.
Just get booted. That's weird. That's right.
I guess ultimately it wouldn't
really,
have mattered.
really great drive.
But yes,
You know,
that's what
the
you
sort of
wanted.
thing that gives you a lot of confidence.
I think
going
he
into
took
the second half.
he
Confidence
took some
booster.
risks that I thought maybe were unnecessary. But
They were
at the
kinda
end of the
scary.
day, that was horrifying. I would have been really sad if something happened. But that's going to be a Nick lead at the half and with the ball. So
Nick
fans,
won the first half.
he did, feeling very good. Exactly where you want to be. If you're Nick, I mean, maybe you want a touchdown, but
right, we get to see the defensive adjustments for the Patriots. It's probably
that
one
was
of the
really
downsides of the
fast.
cast.
Certainly,
It was fast.
I wasn't paying enough attention to know what he picked, but I'm sure he picked well. You know, I trust in Coach Doctor.
Solid picks, exciting picks.
Oh my God, it's a kick return here.
Wow,
Henson is up the middle, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and the touchdown.
What
a kick return to take a 2-possession lead, and Nick has got to be feeling good right now.
I mean, he's got to stay composed, but that is the sort of play that you remember that you're like, man, I'm glad I got that. That was a big catalyst in a win. That could be a moment that we all remember that Doc just felt like the game got away from him, but we'll see. Doc has to answer, and kickoff returns for touchdowns, there's maybe not much more demoralizing than that.
It's certainly a thing that's regrettable to give up. Doc saying, "Oh brother," in the Gen chat, probably not feeling good, but at the same time, you think about how these games have gone, and they have kind of been a little bit of, you know, comeback efforts. Like we remember, you know, maybe not so much
Doc
against Sniper, but
sure.
this is exactly where Doc wants to be, down 2 scores, right?
Doc has excelled at comeback efforts, and right now he's in that seat. You know, this is not 28-3 territory yet, but it's getting there.
That's right. And right there, he's got a nice little ball over the middle. You did talk about how he likes to target the middle of the field, and we see it right there. So sensing the urgency in the hurry up, I don't really blame him. Back to throw. We're looking at man. I don't think he's going to have anything. Let's hope he doesn't chuck it. Don't do it.
He needs to throw it away.
He does need to throw it away, and he makes the right decision. A thing that we can't say about Doc often. You know, once again, is a guy who threw 9 interceptions in a playoff game and won. Honestly, unbelievable.
That's more impressive than just winning and having a great game.
That's right.
To win,
I mean, that's probably a MKL record for most interceptions thrown in a playoff game with a win. Probably. That's like unreal. Probably. Back to throw now. Will Levis gets a little whip route in the middle of the field to Ben Bradley, and that's going to be a first down.
You know, Nick, you know, if he gets him in the territory right now, I think a lot of this is all about making him take a long time to score. You're in control right now. So if Doc doesn't score quickly, if he ticks this down to the, 2 minute of the third mark, you might get one drive, and if you score points, it's almost game over. Really good pass rush there.
That's right. And, with how Nick, how he wants to, he's very, very conservative, So if he were to hold him here, that'd probably be like the game. He's not going to make the mistake that maybe a certain Falcons team did so many years ago, getting a little too aggressive. We'll see what Doc can do. He's got the out route to Ben Bradley, who we've said a lot today, and he gets a big
Ben Bradley has been the guy. Ben Bradley and those two guys that you mentioned earlier, they're speed wide receivers, especially Wall, but Hyatt he loves as well. You have some knowledge of Hyatt when you were around the first time.
He was very amazing, and I love him. Back to throw now. Will Levis probably eyeing the angle, not there. Covered well by the user.
Really good user.
That's right. So
if you're not
throwing it away,
the angle yourself,
it's a very good route. I mean, that was part of the reason why Alvin Kamara was a giant, because we wanted those flats and those angle routes, and right there, very useful wheel route to Glover, juking backwards. I mean, what the frick? I mean, I doubt that's what he wanted to do. But I saw the vision. So he's got this slant route again here from the tight end. I figured that's what he's wanting. He's going to clear it out, it looks like.
I think Doc's going to use this as 4-down
Oh,
territory. I think
and there
unless
it
he gets a
is. He
sack or
throws
two.
it. I don't know, brother.
Wow.
It should have been intercepted. I'm not going to lie to you. That is the right defense for that.
It looked
Um,
tight. Yeah.
maybe if he would have shaded underneath, he would have jumped that and it would have been going the other way. Inside run here, it's Glover, and he's going to get brought down. A lot of
Really
guys
good
going for the
D.
football. 3rd down and goal here from the
Last
9
thing
in the
Doc
hurry
wants
up.
here is to kick a field goal. I
Yeah,
could
that
see
would
Doc
be
going for it on 4th
undesirable.
here if he doesn't get it.
Going up to Ben
Looks like X is
Bradley, and
open.
he makes the catch.
He's going to
And
hold
that's a
on.
touchdown.
Yep. Big touchdown. So, Nick allows the score, but you're still in the driver's seat. Even if he gets 3, you really want to come away with points.
That's right.
To keep the command of
Any
this game.
points
But Doc
are
he had to
helpful.
do.
Even 3,
Doc was
it sets you up in a good spot.
right.
Doc was what?
Doc's probably 1 down away from a really weird 4th down decision. And he
Yeah,
Ben
I think
Bradley
he would have
scares him
been
with that.
very conflicted, but Ben Bradley, he found the open guy. And no kick return this time for Nick. Certainly one of the bigger plays that maybe will come up in the post game, right? But this offense, they've had a long break. They got to be refreshed right here, you figure. So we'll see what they can do. Inside run here, Isaiah Pacheco, nice cutback, juking outside.
Amazing.
Wow, if he would have made that guy miss, that would have been
Yep,
Baja.
Yep. I mean, Doc's getting super aggressive, saying, "I know what you want to do," and Nick said, "That's fine," and made a bunch of his guys miss. I mean, that's good confidence booster for continuing to move the ball down the field.
Another
7
run,
yards at a
Isaiah
time.
Pacheco, just relentless. Once again, fighting
Really
for
nice.
plenty of yards, and that's going to be a fresh set of downs.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this Steelers team has come to play, and Doc's defense is trying to figure out an answer right now.
I think the dominance of these run-focused teams really goes to show how maybe some folk underrate the run and don't realize how dominant it is to be a run-focused team. You know what I'm saying? Because certainly many folk like to pass because it's just more entertaining. But you want to win games, then running the ball is certainly a way to do it. Ooh, I did not like that decision there. He's going to get away with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked that he caught it. Probably shouldn't have.
If he doesn't get it here, I think he can go for it, and he might.
I think that's likely.
But, for Nick's sake, hopefully he can figure out a way to.
He's mugging the line with a lot of these guys, probably expecting him to run it. And he is going to run it, and the guys just aren't going to be there. That's Gene Norton who makes the tackle, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a first down for the Steelers.
Yeah, right now, Nick is moving the ball. He's maybe trying to pick a spot to put it through the air again, but we've seen some pretty narrow pass.
This is a disguised coverage here. This is man, but it wasn't a man look, so we'll see what he can do. He's just gonna chuck it on a streak. Oh my god!
Wow, I thought it was picked off.
Doc dropped the interception. He just straight up dropped it.
Yeah, that was the play. We saw Pickett not put enough on it, but last game that was his play to go up and cement the win, throwing it deep to Pickett or Pickens.
Don't like the throw. I think he got away with one right there. He got the kick return. Doc probably pretty unhappy with how things have gone in the second half in regards to the EA gods.
We did see Nick drop a pick and then punt it away, I think, after that drop pick earlier. So it's kind of maybe even score now.
He did throw that. Oh my goodness, he's throwing it deep again. He's not going to catch it. Another just scary pass, and now he's got an unfavorable 4th and 10 that's likely going to result in a punt. You figure? Okay, that is what's going to happen unless we're faking this.
It was maybe unrealistic to expect Nick to go this game and not have some punting action, but he's going to have to find some defense or maybe find a way to get Doc to throw another interception. It looks like a really good punt.
I'd like to hear what you think about this. I think maybe that he let the nerves get to him because on that drive we saw him just start to kind of chuck it up. He kind of gave up on looking for the open guy, and he had 2 50-50 balls up in the air there. I think he's starting to get a little worried.
Right. He trusted his high overall receivers to make a big play, and unfortunately neither of them did.
Another
for him,
face
it
mask.
looks like he really needs to turn off that aggressive tackle. That's
not ideal.
Pretty rough. He's giving up a lot of big yardage right now.
At the same time, Doc's a guy who likes to juke, and he knows that, so maybe he's trying to maximize his chances for a fumble, knowing that he's not a conservative,
Sure.
but it's
Right.
certainly cost us. Play
Yeah,
action, Will
definitely.
Levis
And
underneath to Jalen Hyatt, who's gonna get folded
really
up.
nice tackle.
That was very yep. He just packed him up and said, "All right, here's the floor.
We see
Nice
him
to
doing
meet
a
you."
digging a hole animation there, waving
That's
goodbye,
right.
and pretty cocky. I mean, but hey, maybe he's about to make a big play. Who knows? 30 seconds left in the third. This game's gotten away from us.
It certainly has. Up the middle, he's got Jalen Hyatt.
He
I
does
didn't know
have
who
him.
that was at first. Absolutely cooking the
Burner right up
press,
the
I
middle.
figure. And he's probably going to try and get one more playoff here before the end of the quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Back to throw to the outside. He's got him. And that's Lacey who gets his feet in. And that's going to bring us to the end of the third. So put them fours up. We've got ourselves a real barn burner, a photo finish on the horizon. 21 to 24
really
your score.
Game.
It is exciting indeed.
Doc's thinking 7. We know that. We know Doc.
Absolutely.
And certainly Nick's trying to hold him to 0 if possible.
That's probably the case
3 would be a
most of the time.
Right here.
Jalen Hyatt in motion is going to create a little bit of a weird spread look. Those guys on the right are bunched too close. I don't like that. Not a fan personally. Rolling out to his right, Will Levis just going to throw it away. Likely the right decision. Second down coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see Doc going to that HB angle a lot. He seems to have a lot of faith in it, but Nick's kind of had it bagged here lately.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be a focus for him, and it's working out. Up the middle now, Glover into the end zone, and the run game in this red zone on the goal line and whatnot has been very pivotal. What the frick? Pivotal for these guys to score when they get that deep. So we see it again right there. And now Nick's got a bit of a dilemma on his hands. There's a lot of time, and it's a little scary.
Yep.
I mean,
if he manages to come away with a touchdown, he's up 3. And taking the lead would be awesome. Taking the lead against Doc in this game is something that you would have been happy to hear he did before the game. If he had advanced knowledge. But certainly he has to go down and at least get 3 or 7 here. Time's not on his side.
Yeah, I mean, and it's looking a little juicy for a clocking unless he's incredibly fast. So I'm not feeling the best for Nick fans right now. And the run up the middle that gets absolutely blown up is not a good way to start it. That's not the best.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Doc on his heels, a lot of the game. Now we're going to see Nick on his heels, see how he can adjust. Doc has a lot of experience in the playoffs in these spots. And we're going to have to see if Nick can get some magic going.
And I was talking earlier about how maybe he might be feeling the pressure. He's definitely going to be feeling pressure. That was a nice throw. And we're going to see how he responds to it. Especially now that, he doesn't have the lead. I think he let it get away from him a little bit there. He had opportunities to really to make a statement, and unfortunately couldn't do that. But it's a shot at redemption, And right now it's looking okay.
Even if he did get clocked, I mean, depending on how much the clock runs off on this drive here, if he came away with 7, Doc would be racing to get 3.
That's right. Inside run now, Isaiah Pacheco just running wild tonight. Got just hit the 100-yard mark, I believe, on the ground. And we are now probably edging field goal range, maybe already in it. I'm not sure the talent of his kicker. Inside run again for Pacheco. Going to get his legs taken out.
We're getting to the point where you're at the 39. If you can keep this drive going, you could get this down to about 2 minutes and possibly take the lead. That's obviously ideal. But if you're not going to take the lead, you're only getting 3. You probably want a little bit more time on the clock. So
yeah,
but
I think Nicholas here is thinking 7 points, certainly. Especially because that clock is a thing that's very much on the mind of us. It's very much on the mind of everybody watching this game at home. We'll see what he can do. And another inside run, and Pacheco unable to make he could have cut that outside, and he just didn't.
There's 4 minutes here, and he could go down 1 and give the ball back and try to get that ball back.
I don't like
as
that
of right now. I mean, is a
You
really
gotta
tough
trust your
spot.
boys.
I mean,
Back to throw. He's got the flat. He missed. He's gonna go up the middle. Oh my God! He doesn't fumble it.
Yeah, on
That's
the left,
crazy. Just so wide open, and that's got to be the first read. You know, you're running back flat, but you know, he thought otherwise, but this time it works out. You know, that's why he's in the AFC Championship game and we're not, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Another hit with his quarterback, and this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the nerves. He cannot keep doing this.
Think that is the clock ticking fast? No, it is not. But I mean, we're at the 3-minute mark and we're still 27 yards away. This could get interesting depending on how this drive
could get very interesting. Back to throw now. He's going to go to the end zone. Wow.
2 open receivers, and he throws it to the one guy who's not.
That was not ideal. Probably should have been intercepted. He gets away with one. We saw him throw one to Doc earlier that he dropped, and certainly becoming a storyline with the dropped interceptions.
You know, now he doesn't even have Doc thinking about the run. Hopefully,
nice.
He does. He finds the open man. He does get out of bounds, though. Unfortunately,
I think Doc get caught on the. I don't think it matters because the clock might keep running Madden rules. Oh, okay.
Not at 3.
Okay. If there's long enough left in the game, it will just keep running. Back to throw now. He's got the flat. This time he sees it. It's McManus, and you notice how he juked there.
Clock going.
He is at risk of fumbling. He's not on conservative. Keep that in mind, guys. Don't know what the scriptwriters have ahead for us, but that would be a real... he didn't even run the clock down. That is a mistake.
He's not letting the clock run.
That's a huge mistake.
But, I mean, here's the thing. If he gets in for 7, the pressure's on Doc no matter what the time frame.
Now
but we do see maybe some rookie mistakes with the clock not running down very far. But here's the thing. Now Nick is in the spot. We're almost assuming he's going to get 7 at this point just because of the way he's been moving forward. He might not get in for 7. You know, he does have to punch it in. And it's not easy to do at this point. But have seen a lot of...
In Madden 24, being in a position where I have to get a stop, get the ball back to have a chance to win the game is not where I want to be. This has to be 7 points in my eyes.
Well, we do see Doc using his timeouts. So, I mean... It might end up fortuitous if it takes 3 downs for Nick to score, but probably terrifying for Nick at the same time.
Isaiah Pacheco up the middle, not going to get there, and now it's 3rd down, and you got to start wondering, is there a chance that we don't punch it in right here? Like you've been saying.
There definitely is a chance. It's hard. It's a hard place to score, and this is a very talented defense that Doc has stacked out for this purpose.
Rolling out to his right. He's going to chuck something. Oh my God, a miraculous throw and catch. No look. Almost a bit of a miracle.
Down 3 with 1 timeout, and Nick did exactly what he had to do. A really exciting throw on the run.
I honestly don't know if he has Deadeye. I can't believe he made that throw. That was a tight pass.
He does have sideline Deadeye. It was a tight pass, but
if he's got Deadeye, then by all means, good pass. But holy frick, was I pissing myself.
Nick did what he had to do there, and once again, you and I have an amazing game to call together. 1:49 left in the game. Doc has only 1 timeout, and we know that Doc is likely thinking about his game with the Ravens. Or the Raiders, where he scored 2 touchdowns late with 2 2-point conversions. He's done this before, but 1 mistake, and you've pretty much lost the game.
All I'm going to say is that Vegas has Doc booked for about 8 more interceptions yet in this game, so we'll see what happens. Back to throw. He had the running back up the middle because he was in man, I think, and he wasn't using the running back. He could have had a huge chunk play right there. A little scary without pass lead, but certainly that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I mean, this is really Doc's thinking 7. Doc doesn't want to go to overtime in this situation. But, you know, Nick is thinking 1 turnover maybe, you know. And right now he's allowing a lot of yardage quick. But really this is
not ideal. He's almost in field goal range already, guaranteed to go to overtime.
Well, that's not a given. Depending on how long
Doc is certainly an aggressive individual too, you know.
Sure. Definitely an exciting spot. Doc in the shotgun. I highly doubt he hands it off here.
He's got
Does
his
not.
man in the
Looks
middle.
like he
It's
does
the
that
drag
triangle
route. That's
coming across the
Lacey.
middle. He cuts inside.
Oh, I
so
think
that
he's on
clock's gonna run a little
conservative.
bit.
I think he was trying to juke. That's what I look like when I'm trying to juke and I can't. What he just did, that's pretty funny. Minute 10 seconds remaining. This is the clock is going a little faster than I imagined. Is he really gonna run it? I don't know if that's the move. If he had like an RPO, like a bubble, like that right bubble would have been wide open. Ops to run it up the middle, that's big yardage.
Doc may be comfortable with overtime, but the clock is running and he's getting short on time to get as close as maybe he wants to. So he is going to hand it off yet again, and time keeps on ticking.
He's got his
He has one
timeout,
timeout
so
at his disposal.
Nick
Looks like this running back route
prep
up the
for
middle.
a lot of run. Okay. Underneath to the drag, that's Lacey.
Tackled inbounds, and right now, the Patriots are really sitting at a spot where they might take some shots, like we saw Nick do
They're
at the half.
100% taking shots. This is the perfect chance.
I mean, this could be a disaster for the Patriots or everything. And Nick's kind of back against the wall.
I am not a fan. I'm not a fan.
The running back angle, once again, you have to think Nick is keying on the running back angle. That's something that Doc has always wanted on the field here.
What is this?
I mean, there's a lot of routes.
I was going to say. Sure. Literally banking on the angle. He's got it.
He is. And he gets smacked. Oh wow, he does have the timeout still.
I think you can take a shot here as long as you don't get sacked. And it looks like that's what he's going to do.
Doc is going 5 seconds. I mean, this could be everything, or you could completely lose the game right here.
It's going to be a timeout from the Steelers.
Nick is thinking. Yeah, I mean that's good. You see what he wants to do. Maybe adjust your defense. Big spot, and anything could happen. I
kind of want to see some overtime action. If I'm being real,
I would love to see overtime, but I have a feeling we're going to see the game won or lost right here.
I think I'd agree. Running it, I would not consider running it here, though. He is kind of giving you a look for it. Horrifying situation to be in. Back to throw now. He's going to... threw it away. So we're going to see 3 here. Oh my God, what are we doing?
Doc is
he's laying it all out there. Maybe he's seeing what he comes out in and he takes the penalty, kicks 3.
Maybe, man. I don't know.
I think Doc's a guy who might go for it.
Doc got 2-point conversions to beat the Raiders to get to this spot.
Oh my God. And what in the frick? I don't like this play either. This might be a stop. I don't like this. This isn't going to work. Oh, I think Nick saved him.
Wow, Nick
called the timeout. He didn't have any.
We're seeing a chess match right now, though.
Dude, that play, I did not like it.
Each other's play. Well, we'll see. I mean, Doc did make adjustments there.
Ducky's egging him on. This play looks a little better. He audibles it.
I mean, this is Will Levis territory. I'll say Khalil Mack is on the field. He has under pressure. No matter if
that would be a tragic way. An under pressure and accurate. Will Levis, I mean, he put so much faith in him for him to miss a throw. I don't even want to look. I mean, obviously, I am going to look.
I mean, the time is ticking down.
What is he?
He might take a penalty.
He might just take
field goal.
Yeah.
He might kick it out.
He's
not going to hike, yeah. That's crazy, man. I raised my own blood pressure. It looks like he is going to back him up, and now we're going to overtime. My goodness.
You figure. He's still got to make the kick.
I guess we're going to play at 2 a.m., Steady.
That does appear to be the case.
If he blocks the kick, that would be the most amazing moment. Yeah, wow. Not going to happen.
I don't know if I'd want to take that risk either.
Whew. Tense game, tie game, overtime.
Dude, maybe we need to call more playoff games, because every time we call a playoff game, oh my God, Nick has a decision to make here. What is he going to choose? He's letting the clock run. Okay.
He did kick.
I was worried.
Nick. If Doc does not get a field goal or a touchdown here, all Nick needs is a field goal to win.
Everyone in chat's coaching him. Stinky pinged him and said kick. I don't know if he was
I bet.
messaging you like panicking or what was going on there, but
Unfortunately, if he's messaging me, I apologize to him, but I'm in the booth. I'm not looking at my messages. Looks like
I
Doc
thought
might
there was a
return.
risk for a kick return. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been
Oh
wild.
my goodness. Okay, so Doc now, all the pressure's on him. And Nick, I mean, honestly, if I'm on defense starting in overtime and I know I get a possession, I'm chilling, homie. Like, I'm straight chilling. This is where I want to be. Outside run here. Glover going to get a solid maybe 10. They're going to spot him inches short. Kind of an ideal play right there. He gets to take a shot for free, and if he doesn't get it, he still gets to
Well, you
basically
say it's
pick
for
up
free
his...
unless it's like a sack, fumble, or an
Well,
interception.
that's like
it's not
impossible.
for free. It would be impossible to throw an interception.
Very super impossible. We know that Doc is one of the most disciplined passers in the league who never makes mistakes and never forces balls.
Sure. I mean,
That's right.
here's the thing. Doc has won these games before. Nick has never advanced to a Super Bowl, but it only
Lacey on
takes
the
one moment.
Okay, inside run. Glover finds space. He
Yeah,
probably
these
still
running
has that
backs-
on aggressive, bro. Because I
Yeah.
don't know if that was Nick who tried to punch that loose or if that was the AI, but that's scary. And we know that Doc switched to conservative. We haven't seen him juking a bit, I don't think.
Sure.
He's kind of stacking a box a little
Stacking
bit.
the
Two
left
on
there.
Lacey. Underneath to the running back. Glover is gonna hang on to it. He's a very great receiving back. He tried to offer him to me. He knew that's a guy I'd be interested in. He's got nice hands.
Yeah.
Nice soft hands. You can tell he lotions those things up.
Do you think there's any way that Doc would take 3 in this situation, in this drive? Like maybe like a 4th and 20?
Yes.
I think it would take a lot. I think right now
I think
Doc
he's gonna have to. He literally just took the penalty. Not
My
much reason to keep your timeouts here. I don't know why you
I
wouldn't burn
agree
one.
with you. That was
but-
a silly mistake to make there. I don't know how that happens, but maybe he wanted more
that's
space.
not ideal. I think he's trying to psych him out because he's got the clock chewing. If it gets low enough, he might force something thinking that he has to score before the thing. I don't really know the Madden rules on it. Throws it away.
Right.
I was
No, it just
horrified that...
resets.
Yeah, okay. Well, 2nd down and 15 now. Bro basically took a sack for free. I mean, not ideal. Certainly. I don't know why he'd do that to himself. That is a game-losing decision. Throws the angle. Nick can't get there. He's covered it so well all game, but right there he falters and gives
He
up
does
a
have
big
him in
play.
a 3rd down, though.
This is 3rd down. I think he'd go for it if it was 4th and 2. He has the out route. He's going to throw it.
He is
That's
coming
Glover.
across, and he does throw the out route. He stays in bounds. Maybe you're right. He may be trying to make him think the clock matters.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's tense, man.
This is very
everything
tense.
you guys.
And you think we have to play after this. This is crazy.
I-
Run up
yeah.
the middle. Gains about 8, and
Oh,
they're
man.
really just chugging right now. Having their way with the Steelers defensive unit.
They are, but the Steelers also haven't given him that big play touching that Doc would probably love to.
That's right.
do
That's a big
here.
play
And
right
they,
there. You know, bend don't
Yeah,
break.
they
That's
showed up.
that's a common thing to live by. I forget the word, but
I think Doc goes for it on 4th if he doesn't get it here.
I think that's horrifying. But
Terrifying
you might
to
be
think
right.
about.
That is definitely terrifying to think about. Back to throw. We're looking at man. He
He
throws
does
it.
have 12. Oh!
Ugh,
Wow,
I
it's
don't know
swatted
if
away,
he
it says.
I don't know if he freeformed it, but sometimes the quarterback kind of throws it a little short, and that's what we get right there. I certainly don't think he should have picked it because he did have positioning,
Doc is putting
but
it all on
maybe
the
enough
line.
to
If
stop
Doc-
it. This
if Doc
is you're
gets
right.
the first down, This is Nick is in a field goal away from going to the Super Bowl,
Uh-huh.
which is what the chat wanted earlier.
That is
So
definitely what the
Doc
chat
makes everybody
wanted.
very
A
happy.
huge, just a
Right.
colossal play. Got an
Yeah.
empty backfield
Massive.
right now for Bro.
You know, Doc's checking
Okay,
everything
back to
out,
not an empty
looking where
backfield. He's kind of
Right.
banking on these. I don't like it.
maybe
Back
that
to
wall,
throw.
corner
Over
route.
the middle, he doesn't get it off.
Oh,
Will Levis gets hit, can't get the ball off. That's why you need gunslinger guys, because I think he had him. He just could not get rid of the ball quick enough. Doc's probably
Those
cussing up a
ancient
storm.
Patriots helmets Nick is in the position he was hoping to be in at this point. I mean, he's one big play away from being in field goal range.
That's right. We'll see
But
what he can do.
He has plenty of time.
He does have time. Underneath to the flat, that's Isaiah Pacheco. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss.
He is almost in field goal range already. He is 20 yards away.
It is so funny how excited you are for Nick. That is freaking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That is the funniest thing ever.
Dude, it's incredible when I saw the
He's on Gene Norton rushing the passer, rolling out to his right. He's got the cross. That's caught.
Nick
He's in field goal range.
From doing the thing. If he just kicks a field goal right here, Nick is putting it.
You probably want to get
Nick
closer, but yes, he is indeed in position. Isaiah Pacheco
up
the middle.
Of the fumble here. Conservative carry, whatever. Nick is a field goal away from the Super Bowl, guys, and he has to be careful here.
So I don't like pinching your guys down for the run D. That's terrible. You see how bad that is? That's not effective. Nick probably wants the touchdown so that he can avoid the unbelievable pressure that would come with kicking a game-winning kick to go to your first Super Bowl here in the MKL.
At 20 yards away, if you haven't gotten...
Oh, he's going to kick it now. He's probably going to run a few plays now because he just called the timeout. Yeah, he's going to call some plays now. In an attempt to avoid the ice.
Yeah, you won't have the timeout anymore on that last down if he can get it to third
this
down.
One's blowing up. Timeout.
Maybe you just kneel it here. What do you back up? 4 yards if you kneel it twice?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about losing a few yards here.
I'm terrified of the fumble.
If I fumble, then they didn't want me to win. If I'm unconservative, then that's all there is to it. But see what he decides to do. He's gonna run it up the middle. Pacheco gonna go down effortlessly. So this is when you come out in the field goal and you make him use that last timeout. Okay, so see, that's not how it works. He's gonna call it anyway.
Now he could kneel it.
He'd probably still be iced. You might as well just kick it. So all the pressure in the world for Nicholas. He's putting his players out there to try and block it. Imagine a block. That would be hilarious.
A block would be wild.
Oh my god.
The kick is going to be going up, guys.
The kick is up. The kick's down the middle. And Nick is headed to the Super Bowl.
This is the Cinderella story that the chat wanted. Nick gets it done. His first playoff run of this magnitude. I have a smile ear to ear. I mean, if he beats you or me, the smile is continuing.
I'm shocked.
Certainly, I'd love to be there. But what a massive win for Nick against Doc. All the pressure in the world. Goes down and hits an iced field goal to beat last year's AFC champion. I mean, how much more can you say for the kid?
I mean, that is certainly... that's just a great moment. He's had a Cinderella run. And to have the chance to cap it all off with a Lombardi Trophy and MKL championship, certainly he's blessed, Now, it's unfortunate that no matter who wins between us, he has a very threatening opponent.
Definitely. I mean, you and I are formidable opponents, but you got to savor this win. This was an incredible win through and through, an overtime game, stopping Doc at the 1 yard line. 2 yard line, essentially, to make it go to overtime. I mean, you tightened up, and then in overtime, Doc could not get the first down. He took a big risk, and all Nick had to do is kick a field goal at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
to win it.
That's an unbelievable finish.
Kick the field goal. Amazing finish. Nick is in the Super Bowl, 13-4. The best season he's had so far, and it's not over yet. You and I will be given the task, or you or I, will be given the task.
You want to team up, bro? Let's do it, man. You and me.
2-on-1. Yeah, I'll just drop all my players. You just go pick them up. It'll be incredible.
That's right.
Yeah, man. I'm just happy for him.
He's come a long way.
Really awesome effort, and I imagine the chat is congratulating him now.
That's right.
If I jump into the chat, it looks like that is indeed the case. There is some people that were definitely tuned in watching, and we see Doc give the good game. So really proud of Nick. The whole league is. This is a success story. This is what the MKL is all about. I post
That's right.
believe in the chat. Nick is a success story. Pretty awesome, and he could be the Super Bowl champion this year. I mean, he's proved
It's
that he
certainly
has
possible. He's had the run. He has the momentum, and we'll just have to see who he'll be facing off against. And with that, I'm not sure if we should ask him to come in for an interview. I know he's not one to really put himself out there. You think we should get him in here or no? Or you just want to go in?
Yeah, I asked him and he didn't say anything. But we have a game to play. It's midnight. Might as well.
And if you win, you gotta play the Super Bowl tonight against Nick. For sure.
I don't think Nick is gonna stay up.
You don't think so?
Tonight. I don't
Unreal.
think so. I think
Crazy.
it's likely. We do have Doc in here. So
We do have
Doc,
Doc.
Hello.
That was an exciting game, Doc. You guys played your butts off, and it was exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's hard when you play a perfect game and then someone else plays a perfect game, but also gets helped by EA. So
you both had moments where you swatted interceptions. I think you swatted one more interception than him, and those are moments that I.
What did he spot? He caught the one interception that I was supposed to throw, and there
was one in the flat that you threw that he just swatted the shit out of, and it kind of looked like it was a pick six.
You'll have to watch it back, Doc. But you had a great season, man.
Really good season.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be disappointed. You tore apart the team and you still made a solid playoff run. So we're proud of you.
I'm happy about that, but I'm disappointed with how the season ended. Can't be giving up kick returns and letting Kenny Pickett roll around and have perfect accuracy pass even though he's under pressure. But that fourth down call in overtime, I had the touchdown, but a guy.
Yeah, we saw that.
But fuck, that
Sorry,
sucks.
bro.
Hey man, you played really, really good. The league is happy for Nick, but you gave him a good game in the chat. You told him good game, and like I said when you lost to me last year in the Super Bowl, I admire your sportsmanship when you take a tough loss because that game could have gone your way. You're right about that.
It should have.
Well, Ragin and I are likely about to play each other here, and it sounds like he's going to bed if he wins. So we should cheer for me.
I think Nick is going to bed.
Well, we don't know that. I think he could be pressured. I think he's wired right now. Maybe wired enough to play a game.
It would be insane for us to play the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, and Super Bowl in the same night, like going into like 2-3 a.m.
I mean, I'm just glad that we're going to be headed to the Super Bowl week to see who devs up, after our game, no matter what happens.
Sure. Well, no matter what happens, our teams should get better, specifically yours.
That's right. Well, thanks for coming out, guys. Me and Ragin are going to go scream at each other angrily now.
I'm not going to play in party.
Oh, really? Oh, unreal. Interesting. Well then I guess I'll see you, man. I mean, it's a little disappointing that you're not willing to play me in party, but I guess
I love you too much to play you in party.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Right.
Just remember that if you win, then you're gonna have to be the one to break Nick's heart, and I don't think you want to do that. So you should just throw the game.
I don't.
That's right.
I mean, if I lose, but hey, maybe you lose to Nick. We don't know.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, all right, guys.
So we'll see.
Tune in.